If you constantly wonder whether he truly likes you or is just keeping you around out of convenience, this video is for you. I'm going to show you the 5 behaviors that reveal he's using you. And the last one is the most dangerous because it often looks like affection. After watching this, you'll never see this relationship the same way again. First behavior. He only shows up when he wants something. You know that guy who disappears for days but always reappears like nothing happened? He texts you late at night, usually with a, "Hey, stranger," and acts like he has every right to come and go from your life. That's not missing you, it's convenience. He shows up when he's bored, needy, or wants something. And without realizing it, you end up caught in this vicious cycle of waiting. A lot of times, he even pretends to show some interest. He asks about your day, compliments your picture, or says he was thinking about you. But notice how that interest doesn't last long, just until he gets what he wanted. It could be attention, company, or even favors. The problem is, you start to believe that this tiny bit of affection is love, but it's not. A healthy relationship doesn't come with this calculated on and off dynamic. When someone truly cares about you, their presence is consistent, not sporadic. It's easy to confuse occasional sweet messages with real feelings, especially when you're emotionally invested. But that's where the danger lies. He knows the power he has over you and uses it to his advantage. So next time he pops up after disappearing for days, ask yourself, is he here for me or for himself? This type of behavior is a red flag, but many times we only see it once we're already hurt. And the most surprising part, this pattern almost always shows up alongside an even more frustrating behavior. Second behavior. He avoids serious conversations about the relationship. You try to talk about where things are going, and he dodges the topic. He changes the subject, cracks a joke, or even gets annoyed, like you're pressuring him too much. But here's the thing. Talking about the relationship isn't pressure, it's clarity. Avoiding these conversations shows he prefers to keep things vague, comfortable only for him. After all, the fewer labels, the more freedom he has to do whatever he wants. This kind of guy loves to say he's just going with the flow. But the truth is, he's avoiding taking responsibility. You catch yourself making plans alone, not even sure if he's actually on this journey with you. And when you try to understand how he feels, he replies with vague phrases like, "Let's just see where it goes." That leaves you confused and stuck. Relationships without communication turn into uncertain territory. And that insecurity eats away at your self-esteem because you start to wonder if you're asking for too much or if the problem is you. But it's not. A man who wants something real makes a point to talk, adjust, align. He doesn't avoid questions. He faces them. With you, staying silent or putting things off isn't maturity. It's running away. Now tell me, have you ever tried to have a serious talk with him and felt ignored or dismissed? Share in the comments because your experience might be the same as many other women watching. And speaking of hurtful behavior, there's another one that happens behind the scenes, and it often goes unnoticed. Third behavior. He never includes you in his plans. You notice that he talks about the future like he's always going to be on his own. He plans trips, weekends, even life changes, and you're never mentioned in any of it. It's like your relationship only exists in the present, with no real intention of continuing. That hurts, because you feel emotionally invested, but he keeps you outside of his life. Even when there's an opportunity to invite you to an event, a hangout with friends, or a family dinner, he prefers to go alone. He says, "It's just easier that way," or "It's no big deal," but it is a big deal. It's a choice that shows exactly where you stand, outside his inner circle. This isn't a small thing. It's a very clear sign. When someone is truly committed, sharing becomes natural. Even the simplest daily plans are made together. You don't have to force your way in because your presence is already welcome. If he constantly excludes you, the message is clear. He wants the benefits of being with you, but without making room for you in his actual life. This is when many women start to wonder if they're a priority or just an option. And that's a feeling that eats away at you because it comes with the sense of being almost enough. But unfortunately, this behavior rarely comes alone. There's another one that's even more subtle, and it silently drains you. Fourth, behavior. He drains your emotional energy and doesn't give anything back. You're his shoulder to cry on. You're there when he's frustrated, tired, struggling at work, or fighting with someone in his family. He turns to you to vent, unload, and feel better. And with your generous heart, you listen, give advice, and get involved. But when the roles reverse and you're the one who needs support, he's distant, impatient, or even indifferent. This emotional imbalance happens so subtly that sometimes it takes a while to notice. He gets used to receiving your care, but doesn't see your pain. When you try to open up, he changes the subject, downplays your feelings, or calls you too sensitive. Little by little, you start keeping everything to yourself just to avoid bothering him, and that's when a cruel kind of loneliness sets in. The kind that shows up even when you're not alone. You're there, sharing moments with someone who couldn't care less about your inner world. Your achievements go unnoticed. Your fears are ignored. The relationship becomes a burden, not a safe space. When someone is only there for what they can get, they don't build, they just consume. And that kind of emotional consumption is exhausting. You start to feel used, not loved. And you know what's even more confusing? When that same person who drains you emotionally suddenly changes, but only when they sense they might be losing you. Fifth, behavior. He only gets close when you threaten to walk away. When you start getting tired and decide to distance yourself, he suddenly changes. He becomes more affectionate, texts you more, often even says exactly what you've always wanted to hear. Out of nowhere, he wakes up and tells you he misses you, that you're special. But as soon as you pull back from the idea of leaving, everything goes back to the way it was. Coldness, distance, and neglect. This behavior is pure emotional control. He realizes he might be losing access to what you offer. Attention, affection, availability, and he reacts, not out of love, but out of fear of losing the upper hand. He pulls you back in with sweet words at the exact moment you're starting to regain your strength. It's an unconscious strategy, but extremely effective. The problem is, this back and forth between neglect and affection leaves you confused. You start to wonder if he really does have feelings, but just doesn't know how to show them. And so, you stay stuck, holding onto crumbs, believing that with more time or more patience, he'll change. But that change never comes. It's all an act, every time you threaten to walk away. This creates an emotional cycle that drains you. You try to leave, he pretends to change, you stay, he disappears. And this not only stalls your love life, it also pulls you away from yourself. But what about when there are no grand gestures or sweet words? Just a strange feeling, a quiet discomfort you can't quite explain? Silent signs we tend to ignore. The problem isn't always in the obvious behaviors. Sometimes what hurts the most are the little things we try not to notice. Like that uneasiness you feel when he takes too long to reply, or the pressure to choose every word carefully so you don't ruin the vibe. These signs don't shout, but they weigh heavy, and we often ignore them because we want so badly for things to work out. There's also that constant anxiety. You never know how he's going to react, if he'll be in a good mood, if he'll even reach out. And the worst part is when you start to normalize this emotional roller coaster, thinking it's just part of being in love. It's not. A healthy relationship brings lightness, not tension. And your body feels it, even when your mind tries to make excuses. Another subtle sign is when you feel alone even when you're with him. That happens because the connection is shallow, centered only on what interests him. You try to fool yourself into thinking it's just a phase, but deep down, you know, something's not right. It's like you're always trying to fit into something that was never meant for you. These signs don't show up for no reason. They come as warnings, gentle but persistent. And the more we ignore them, the harder it gets to walk away. But there's a moment when everything changes, when you start to see clearly and begin to ask yourself what you're going to do about it. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. If throughout this video, you recognized behaviors that are present in your relationship, take a deep breath. This is not a reason to blame yourself. It's a reason to wake up. So many amazing women have been exactly where you are, in love with someone who couldn't even offer the bare minimum. What matters now isn't pointing fingers, but looking inward with kindness and courage. Start by honoring how you feel. Anger, sadness, confusion, it's all valid. But after you've felt it, it's time to act. Be honest with yourself. Does this relationship have room to grow or only to shrink you? When you place yourself at the center of your life, you begin to make more conscious choices. And that includes leaving places where you're not valued. Seeking support is an essential step. Talk to trusted friends, a family member, or even a therapist if possible. Having a support system makes all the difference, and you don't have to do anything drastic. What matters most is that you start to regain emotional control, one step at a time. Small daily decisions build a solid way out. Your peace is worth more than any almost relationship. When you choose to prioritize yourself, you create space for something real, light, and mutual. And as hard as it might feel right now, know this: you are not alone. So many women have made it through and found love, starting from this very moment of breaking free. If this content helped you in any way, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more videos that will open your eyes and strengthen your heart. And don't go anywhere. The next video is already playing on your screen, and it might be exactly what you need to hear today.